back to the garage, folks. We are here on a beautiful, 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 beautiful Colorado day. It is like 72 degrees today. Tomorrow on Wednesday, it is going to be like 80 degrees. It's going to be a ridiculous week. And we don't get many of these. In fact, I think that's a record. So when they're practicing outside, it's going to feel a little bit more like the South right now than it is like Colorado. But that's spring Colorado. Now, today we're talking about that continual saga, which is Pac-12 versus Big 12 for the Pac-12 schools. The Pac-12 getting a media rights deal. I mean, it's like it drones on and on and on and on. And I understand that. But this is just part of it. You know, for those of you who are not in Colorado, you want to know how you're going to watch your Buffs a year from now when we have a new media rights deal if we stay in the Pac-12. So I think it's important. I think it's a very important thing that we need to be talking about. And now we have a potential new player. Now, every time a new media group comes in, it's kind of like when someone comes up and says, hey, Colorado's in my top 10 of schools. We don't know if we're going to get them, but at the same time, we don't know if they want to come. But every time we get a new media company that is looking at potential interest in the Pac-12, it's worth talking about. The new player is the CW. So for those of you who don't know what the CW is, then good on you. For those of you who do know what the CW is, or maybe watch shows on the CW, I'm not casting judgment on you. I don't know that I've ever watched a single thing on CW. I do know that it has a lot of preteen, teenager, late teen kind of programming. One of the biggest shows is Gilmore Girls. And it's funny to talk about this like preteen programming and stuff that's on there. The CW is actually trying to get their foot in the door for sports. So for those of you who are golf fans, you'll know that LIV Golf, which is the new Saudi-backed golf league, plays on the CW. So that's their program. They had the same media rights issues that everybody has. They ended up stopping at the CW in order to do that. Now, for those of you who don't know what CW is, it is actually a merger between CBS and Warner Brothers, which is where CW comes from. It was kind of made as a free TV where they could make their own shows and really kind of get that younger demographic into watching their channel. And now you bring LIV Golf in here. LIV Golf is a big step away from that. And honestly, LIV Golf has really suffered a little bit by going to the CW. I'm going to say that this is my personal opinion, because there was a lot of wind behind LIV coming in and pushing the PGA for viewership. And the only way they were going to do that is if they were going to be able to be viewed widely. And they couldn't get anything other than the CW. That's where they chose it. By all accounts, the viewership of LIV Golf is actually a fraction of PGA golf right now. And not only that, but even just recently, like for instance, the Masters, which was this last weekend, Jim Nantz, who's been doing the play-by-play for PGA golf for decades, even had a pun the other day when Brooks Koepka, who's a LIV golfer, hit a shot and hit the cart path. He actually said, oh, look, there's Brooks hit the CW. Then there was a pause and he said the crosswalk. So you can see he had a little bit of a poke there. People had a lot of fun with that because the CW is not known for sports and LIV's trying to make a name for themselves. So it just didn't seem like a very good match. Now the question is, what would you think about Prime on the CW? What would you think about the other Big 12 schools and all these other schools having a heyday on the Pac-12 schools playing on the CW, and anything that might be correlated with that? Is that even a factor? Does that matter? The fact that we're watching it, does it really matter what it's on? Absolutely, everybody would love to play on ESPN. Everybody would love to play on Fox. But at the end of the day, if you can get more viewers because it's a more accessible media group, then maybe that's the best thing for us at that point. If we stay with the Pac-12, and they end up choosing the CW, which I can't imagine would get us the money that we need to surpass the Big 12. I don't think that's going to happen. They paid a lot for LIV Golf, and I think that's where their money is. They put all their money into LIV Golf. So I don't think we're going to get that if we stay in the Pac-12. But here's the funny thing is Nebraska, I just can't imagine that Nebraska is going to flood their social media with all kind of Gilmore Girl Prime stuff. I wrote down like 4 or 5 little quips to kind of what would they say if it were to come out? And quite honestly, I decided I wasn't even going to put those out there because I am not going to be the one to start this stuff. But we got thick skin, you know, where we back it up by how we play, not necessarily what we play on. Would you be okay with CW? Is it better than Apple TV? Could we get past all of the nonsense that would come our way if that were to happen. What do you think CU thinks about this? The presidents are actually meeting as a Pac-12 group to talk about many things, including media rights and stuff like that. So there's probably going to be some news coming out on top of this. We may see that coming out here pretty soon. But put your comments down below. Tell me what you think. I just wanted to bring this up because I thought it would be a good topic of conversation. And I know y'all have a lot to say about it. If you're new to this channel, comment down below. Put your comment, your best comment against some of our veteran commenters and see where we can go with this. And I will see you in the next video. And if you haven't already heard, we coming.